Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
I'm sitting here at my computer, sister, on a Monday morning, trying to load up today's episode. Usually these would be done a little bit in advance, but so be it. Recorded an amazing episode driving from my son's school to home. It should actually be sitting on your phone right now, but it is not. For whatever fucking reason, I have no idea why it does not want to upload from my phone to Evernote and show up. The audio file's there, it's not happening. And so I'm literally spent like 30, 40 minutes and I need to be writing and working on my book and I'm like, fuck, I don't have a lot of time in my day. I'm like, And so I realized that what the best thing to do is to actually quit. Sometimes the best thing to do is to actually quit. This is gonna be a short episode because I wanna get this message out to you with all the stuff going on today. But honestly, how many times have we had that where we're just like, well, we got to keep going. We got to keep like, it's clearly not working. It's something I believe at times about the length of the episode. This was a longer ones, but like 18 minutes, but I have longer episodes and I have no idea why is not wanting to load that baby up. It's actually in my phone, but I cannot get it from my phone onto Evernote or into Dropbox. It's just, for whatever reason, it's not meant to come out today. And as opposed to me saying, well, let me figure this out. I'm going to go Google it. Why isn't my audio file downloading from Evernote from my phone and blah, 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 because I can see it in Evernote, which is where when I record my podcast episodes, they go from an app I use on my phone. I automatically then upload them into Evernote and I can just drag it from Evernote off of it and I can publish the episode and we're good to go. It's easy peasy. But if it doesn't allow me to get the episode onto Evernote that I can see in my phone, but I can't publish the episode in my phone, I could, but I'd have to install a bunch of other programs and fuck it, I'm not doing that. And I could do all that, but then I'm like, you know what? Sometimes the best thing to do is to quit, is to walk away, is to know when it's like, it's time to call it a day, man. It's time to take your ball and go home. It was a great episode. This has happened once before, too, where it did the same thing. And I'm like, damn it. Everything was all ready to go except for that one episode. For some reason, it wouldn't load. But how many times is it not the case for you too, sister? Maybe it's a relationship where you're just like, you know what? Or a friendship, and you're like, it's not working. Sometimes quitting is the best option. And I know we place this misnomer is not the right word. We place this stigma, that's the right word, stigma on people who quit. Oh, the person's a quitter. They gave up. Nope, sometimes quitting is the best option. And I'm not saying with everything. I'm not saying I tried that once and it didn't work, so forget it. No, I mean, something that you have worked at. Maybe it's, some people, I remember watching Dragon's Den. Dragon's Den is a Canadian show, and it became a U.S. version show, which happens to be with a lot of shows, kind of more shows that would be like comedies and stuff. Remember, The Office was actually a British show, then it became an American show. Well, Dragon's Den was a Canadian show, and the U.S. show became Shark Tank. So when people will present their ideas, entrepreneurs, business owners, and they're looking to get funding, and or feedback and advice from people that are there, and for some people to invest in their companies. And so I know at times I will watch Dragon's Den and some would just be like, you could see these people are like, I've invested my life savings, we've taken out 2 mortgages on our home, we've used up our kids' education, and the people on the panel are just going listen, you need to stop. This is not working, my friend. They're like, no, I can't quit, I can't give up. I'm no, you need to quit. This is not viable what you're doing. You can't you're gambling away the savings and the livelihood of your family. And you've been doing this for 10 years. No, you need to quit and walk away. And it sucks, right? Can you imagine these guys, like, they're working on a business idea and they're so passionate, but they start to lose their sense of like, maybe it's not such a good idea anymore because of whatever, ego, pride. They feel like they've invested all this time already and or money and energy. Maybe they're afraid of, they just want to save face. They think people are going to laugh at them. They're embarrassed. They feel ashamed. Like, I don't know, whatever that it might be. But they're just like that dog that just like grabs onto something and won't let go. And they're like, nope, nope, nope. But sometimes the best thing to do is to quit. Just like I did with this episode today. Maybe we'll get it off at one point, but for now I'm like, you know what, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to waste any more time in this. I'm going to produce something completely new, and it's going to be exactly what my life is, which is what's happening right now, which is like sometimes quitting is the best option. So here's your more tip for today's sister. Then what are you working on, trying to make happen, pushing, and the results are not coming for you? I want you to really look deeply on this and to ask yourself a question that will have a yes or a no answer to it. Is the best thing for me to do right now to quit? To walk away? I think quitting, sometimes walking away from something, which you can do, maybe we'll call like walking away versus quitting. And quitting has its stigmas like, oh, I'm not a quitter. Losers quit. It's like, no. Sometimes winners quit because they know when to fucking walk away from something that's no longer working. But what is it that you're trying to accomplish, create, manifest, whatever in your life, and it is not coming together? I want you to look at that thing and to ask yourself this pointed question. Is it time for me to quit? And it's not we'll see, just be quiet with yourself, be still, and ask yourself that question inside. Is it time for me to quit? Is it time for me to walk away? Now, it could be something as insignificant as this podcast episode, or it could be something bigger. And you know what that is for you. And that is it. And if the decision is no, I need to keep going, then you got to find a way. And if the decision is no, I need to quit and walk away, know that sometimes that's because you need to be walking away from something to move towards that thing, that next thing that's better. The thing you're supposed to be doing. Not the thing that you think you are or you're staying stuck in because of ego. All right, sister. So finishing up 2 things. Number 1, I still have, I want to say 50-ish Women Wanting More limited edition journals left. I started giving them away for free a little bit over a year ago. And I sent close to 500 now to something ridiculous, like 20 countries around the world. I sent all of them myself because when I started this a year ago, I was like, oh, we'll just kind of see how it goes and if I'll get some help. But I never really did that. And here we are with a couple boxes left. And I would love for you to have one. So head over right now to drkarenosborne.com/free journal. Or it's journal. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look that up right now because I'm at my computer and I think it is, so it's drkarenosborne.com/free journal. And I will send one to you. Just take care of a little bit of the shipping, which is $9.95, and I do all the rest for you. And that's to anywhere around the world. drkarenosborne.com/free journal. Plus, there's some cool things I'm going to send with you as well, too, in that package. And second thing is, if you do not already subscribe to the Women Wanting More newsletter, I want you to do that right now. I'm sending some special video trainings, and you're going to get first dibs on the book coming out by the end of 2018. As well as you're going to get every single podcast episode and the show notes, so that when you hear me mention things, you're like, oh, what's that URL? What's that? Let me go to my computer, go to my phone, and like, what's that, what that Karen's mentioning? You'll have all the links actually sent to your inbox very easily for you. So that's head over right now to drkarenosborne.com/action guide. I'm going to send those video trainings, the more for action guide, how to start your day in power. And you'll get all those podcast episode show notes 5 times a week. So I'll talk to you in this episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you knowing when to quit and walk away. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, Subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.